Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. A cool personality. This podcast is sponsored by X-Wolf Testosterone Builder. Gentlemen, are you struggling in the body, sex, or mental game? Need to keep pace with multiple women? There's an answer for you. X Labs presents a proven line of products to help in those areas. Our X-Wolf Testosterone Booster aids in intense workouts in the gym and in the bedroom. Increased blood flow and a heightened libido are just a few of the many benefits. X-Wolf contains all natural ingredients that have been used in Eastern medicine for centuries. All products come with a 30-day free trial and free standard shipping. Use code ROM10 for an additional 10% off. Click the link below in the description box to find out more. Quantities are limited. Make a select choice, unleash your inner wolf, and lead the pack today. Yeah, cool personality. Now check it out. You know, my thing is the natural blueprint for relating to women. Y'all notice I don't really get into the whole, tricks, techniques, anything like that, but just being natural. And one of the things that has to be there is being your personality. Now, a lot of people don't talk about that. They'll get into looks, money, status, and doing techniques, game, and all of that. At best, a lot of that stuff is just a bait. Yeah, because if you got that body, I promote the body game. Okay, that draws them over, And then depending on where you are, if, the situation, if you do have money and they know your status, that draws them over. That's the bait. And, it might be some other things. That's the bait. But the funny thing is when people talk about those things, they don't talk about the rest. Okay, she came over there. It's like this. Say a woman really like your body or something, right? Or your looks or your face or whatever. All right. And so you might approach her and she's like, oh, he handsome and stuff. But then what happens is if you ain't talking about anything, the first thing the woman is like, he was all right until he opened his mouth. And that's some real talk on it. You got to have that personality because that's how a lot of men really lose out. Because like I say, there's plenty of men who might have a look or something. In fact, there's plenty of men who will say they good looking, or women tell them they good looking, but then they don't hook up with the women. And it ain't just because they didn't approach or they were waiting to be approached. There's a lot of times that women meet them, but they like, damn, this person boring. A cool personality just means you can have a regular conversation with a woman. That's it, just a regular conversation. And despite what people think, a regular conversation can turn on a woman because it's a connection. Remember, women like to talk. That's their main thing. If you look at somebody like Oprah Winfrey, she made her money through talking. If you look at some of these women who got shows like The View and all these shows, you always got like 4 women on there and that's all they doing, that's because they like to talk. Now, cool personality, part of that is talking. Can you talk? Can you have a regular conversation where, you're engaging in your conversation and all of that, and the things that you talk about. Like I told one dude, I remember I had a client one time and he said when he would meet women, he would talk with them, but they get turned off. But then he said he was always talking about something serious or talking about some issues that he had going on with him. And all I told him was, I was like, okay, next time you meet a woman, keep all that other stuff out the conversation. Keep it light, keep it fun, everything. That dude, right afterwards, and he had a change right afterwards, and he always said I could tell people. He said he did exactly what I said do. Kept the conversation light. He said a woman sucked his dick. But that's because they show the personality. Because you gotta click with them. I mean, everybody gets so caught up. It's like everybody's too caught up in the bait. And thinking, oh, if I got that, I got that. You still got to talk to them. Even people who talking about, well, if you got money. Okay, fine, you got money. All right, you got money. Only thing that's really good for is paying for an acculturated prostitute or a straight up prostitute. Yeah, you can get sex that way. But then, all right, after you done spent money on the date and all of that, then what? And even then, even when you going out to eat, what y'all gonna talk? Y'all just gonna sit there and eat in quiet, or whatever you do? You still gotta talk to them. In fact, there's a lot of guys who are able to get a woman just because they just talk to them on the phone. Talk to them, and that's very important. And that's. Let me get into that a bit. The phone. You got too many guys texting because I got quite a few lady clients and then just women that I just know, and they'll say a guy reach out to them on social media or something, and they'll just text and they'll ask all these questions and stuff, and even though women can get into texting too, women want to hear your voice. Women want to see how you behave. Because the personality is more than just talking, but like how you carry yourself. How do you walk? How do you respond to stuff? Your facial expressions, you can express your personality with just a smile. And that's why, if you notice, a lot of dudes who are really good with women, they just know when to smile. They ain't like just super hard all the time. Really, actually, the only guys who can get away with that with not smiling, they don't actually have to have, they'd have to have like almost a genetically good looks, like genetic lottery looks or something like that. And a woman might still deal with him, talk about, oh, he's so quiet and mysterious, because the face, and now, and I know I've said, and they've even written in my book, this face is the least important, but it's still, I was just saying, when I say least important, I mean in terms of what the women going to be looking at really on a body. They're going to be looking at the body, but the face is still important, though. I just say it in priority. And when you're talking about sex, and it's not so much like the actual bone structure, but how it expresses personality. That's when it comes into play, really, more than anything else. Do you smile? Do you grimace? Do you have a mean look on your face, a crazy look on your face, or something like that? All of that is personality. And and that's very important. Now, remember, I've said there are 3 levels that a select man should have at least one, right? I said the physicality, that's the body game. But then I talk about charisma. That's part of personality. That's part of personality. It's like, okay, how much charisma are you expressing on, like, when you actually interact? Are you boring as hell? Are you mean? Are you that type who can just listen to something that she's saying and be cool with it? Or, do you know how to engage in it? That's why I tell guys, it's like, if you want to develop that aspect, get used to talking to women. Because a lot of guys got social awkwardness. And how's that cool? How is that cool? And in fact, I would even say having that cool personality beats out even looks. Because like I said, looks are that's the bait. You want to develop yourself, your physical appearance as best as possible as a bait. But see, it's that cool personality that keep them. Like if you get that done, like if you just want to just some short-term stuff, oh yeah, the body and all that, that's all you need. And then just enough personality to actually get her in bed. But if you meet somebody in a woman's long term, she got to be able to click with your personality. And that's the thing. And now all relationships ultimately come down to that. Do y'all click? I mean, there's only so much time. I mean, even if you that type who can have sex with her for an hour, or you got so much money you can take her on that long date or something, what y'all going to do otherwise? How y'all going to talk to each other otherwise? How y'all going to interact? Very important. Very, very important. And the personality piece is the key. That's what creates that's what keeps a relationship going. That's the key. Because even if she got some lust for your body or something, lust really lasts about 6 months. Then it's just usually the fire, and really some people would say even 3 months now. Once that fire is gone, then what? And, some guys might want to say, well, I just want to pump and dump them anyway. So what happens when you meet that, like, dime? You trying to pump and dump her? You trying to hold on to her? Shit. Please. Let's be real. So anyway, though, that's all I have for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.